What's going on, everybody? We have this math question which says we are to look for the values of k for which k cube is equal to 27 all over 8. Well, our first step will be for us to move 27 all over 8 to the left hand side. So we have k cube. As 27 over 8 crosses to the left, it becomes minus 27 all over 8. And this is equal to 0. So this becomes k cube minus 27 is a perfect cube, which means it can be written as 3 cube all over 8 is also a perfect cube, which means it can be written as 2 cube. Now, our next step will be for us to apply the law of indices. Sorry, I'm going to be putting 0 here. So let's apply the law of indices, which says when I have a to the n all over b to the n, as long as the exponents are the same, this can be written as a over b to the n. So we're going to be expressing this like this. So we have k cube minus this expression now becomes 3 over 2 raised to the 3. And this is equal to 0. Very good. Now notice that we have an expression in difference of two cubes. Well, difference of two cubes has property which says, for example, when I have a cube minus b cube, this is equal to a minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. So let's apply this property to what we have here. So that means this expression can be written as k minus 3 over 2 times k squared plus, now 3 over 2 times k is 3 over 2k, and then plus b squared, that is 3 over 2 squared. Very good. So let's close the final bracket, and this is equal to 0. So we have been able to express this in this form to get this. Now let's simplify what we have inside of this bracket. So we have k minus 3 over 2 times k squared plus 3 over 2k plus, now this square affects the numerator and the denominator. So 3 squared is 9 all over 2 squared is 4. And this is equal to 0. So we have two cases. The first case, let's just call this case 1, is k minus 3 over 2 equal to 0. Or the second case, case 2, is k squared plus 3 over 2k plus 9 over 4 equal to 0. Now we're going to be solving this one after the other. So starting with the first case, the value of k can be gotten easily by moving negative 3 over 2 to the right hand side. So k is now equal to, as negative 3 over 2 crosses to the right, it becomes 3 over 2, which is a positive value. And this is a real solution for k. Now let's focus on our second case. Now notice that this expression is a quadratic equation. So what we're going to do here will be for us to clear the fraction. And how do we do that? It is simply by multiplying each of the terms by the LCM. So the LCM of 2 and 4 is 4. So this is k squared. I'll be multiplying k squared by 4 plus this is 3 over 2k. I'll be multiplying 3 over 2k by 4 plus this is 9 over 4. So 9 over 4. I'll be multiplying 9 over 4 by 4. And this is equal to 0. I'll be multiplying 0 by 4. So each of the terms has been multiplied by 4. So k squared times 4 gives 4k squared plus 3 over 2k times 4. You see that 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So 3k times 2 gives 6k. Plus, now notice 4 divided by 4, 1. 4 divided by 4, 1. So we only have 9 here. So 9. And this is equal to 0 times 4 is 0. Now, since this equation is not factorizable, so what we're going to do is to use the quadratic formula. So using the quadratic formula, our a is the coefficient of k squared, and that's 4. Our b is the coefficient of k, and that's 6. And our c is the constant term, which is 9. So since we're looking for k, the quadratic formula we're going to be using is k equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So now let's substitute into this quadratic equation. So we have k to be equal to negative b. So negative b is 6 plus or minus the square root of b squared, that's 6 squared, minus 4 times a. What is a? A is 4 times c. C is 9 all over. Now 2 times a, which is 2 times a. A is 4. Very good. So this is k equal to negative 6 plus or minus the square root of 6 squared is 36 minus 4 times 4 times 9 is 144 all over 2 times 4 is 8. Now this simplifies into k equal to negative 6 plus or minus the square root of. Now 36 minus 144 is negative 108 all over 8. Now our next step will be for us to write the factors of negative 108, for which one of the factors must be a perfect square. So this is k equal to negative 6 plus or minus the square root of. Now, because of this negative, I'm going to be putting negative 1 times 36 times 3. Very good. So negative 1 times 36 times 3 gives negative 108 all over 8. Very good. So now we're going to be applying this property, which says when I have the square root of a times b times c, this is the same as the square root of a times the square root of b times the square root of c. So let's apply this to what we have here. So k now becomes negative 6 plus or minus. So this becomes the square root of negative 1 times the square root of 36 times the square root of 3 all over 8. Very good. And now simplifying further, we have k to be equal to, this is negative 6 plus or minus. Now the square root of negative 1 is iota times the square root of 36 is 6 times root 3. So times root 3 all over 8. Well, this is same as writing it to be negative 6 plus or minus 6 root 3 times iota. That's it. Still the same thing. All over 8. Now notice that on the numerator, 6 is common. So we're going to be factoring out 6. So k will then be equal to factor out 6, open bracket. Now, negative 6 divided by 6, we have negative 1 plus or minus 6 root 3 times I divided by 6. I'm going to be having root 3I. Very good. All over 8. So this becomes 8 divided by 2. This is 4. 6 divided by 2. This is 3. So we have the value of k to be 3 times negative 1 plus or minus the square root of 3i all over 4. Now let's separate the values. So the second value of k is equal to, we have 3 times negative 1. Now go with the plus first. So we have plus the square root of 3i all over 4. And the other value is, which is the third value, is 3 times negative 1. Now go with the negative, this time negative square root of 3i all over 4. So there are actually 3 values for k. And remember the first one we've got, which is the first value for k, we've got 3 over 2. And this is the only real solution for k. The others are complex solutions. Well, feel free to share your ideas in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video and have learned something from this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my upcoming videos. And like I always say, until next time, take care.